Hello and welcome back to the Amateur Entrepreneur. This is your host Amit Sharma, and today we are going to read the fourth chapter of the book, The Story of My Experiments with Truth. It's an autobiography by Mahatma Gandhi. So let's start reading the fourth chapter, but before reading the chapter, I must make clear that I haven't memorized the 6 new words which I wrote down from the third chapter, the child marriage, because I was being lazy, so it doesn't matter. But with some new words from the fourth chapter, I write down those two, and after that I'll memorize words of both third and fourth chapter combined, and then I'll narrate the meaning of those words along with the overview first and second chapter, all the new words. I'll narrate them to you with their meaning after I memorize them, maybe tomorrow morning. So let's start by reading the fourth chapter, named as Playing the Husband. So let's start. About the time of my marriage, little pamphlets costing a pice or a pie, I forget how much, used to be issued, in which conjugal love, thrift, child marriages and other such subjects were discussed. Whenever I came across any of these, I used to go through them from cover to cover, and it was a habit with me to forget what I did not like and to carry out and practice whatever I liked. Okay, so actually I think this is the natural behavior of people. Like whatever we like, we used to carry on with that, but whatever we don't like, we mostly forget about that. Actually, it happens to me. I don't know about you guys, but it happens to me. So let's continue. Lifelong faithfulness to the wife, inculcated in these booklets as the duty of the husband, remained permanently imprinted on my heart. Furthermore, the passion for truth was innate in me, and to be false to her was therefore out of the question. And then there was very little chance of my being faithless at that tender age. But the lesson of faithfulness had also an untoward effect. If I should be blessed to be faithful to my wife, she also should be blessed to be faithful to me. I say to myself. Actually, according to me, the only thing that you can control is yourself. You can't control the emotions of somebody else. So I think you shouldn't focus like that other should also be blessed to be truthful to you or to be honest with you. You are only able to control yourself, and if you think you are controlling somebody else, then you are mistaken. So I think thought accordingly that you can control only yourself. Only yourself means only you can make yourself grow, you can only improve yourself, but not others. So just focus on yourself, and others, I think, will find their place automatically, I think. So yeah, this is my view. Now moving forward, the thought made me a jealous husband. Her duty was easily converted into my right to exact faithfulness from her. And if I had to be exacted, I should be watchfully tenacious of the right. New word, tenacious. I must write this one. Give me 1 second. Tenacious. I had absolutely no reason to suspect my wife's fidelity, but jealousy does not wait for reasons. Another new word, fidelity. I must need be forever on the lookout regarding her movements, and therefore she could not go anywhere without my permission. This sowed the seeds of a bitter quarrel between us. Yeah, actually, if you are loving someone, then you must let her or let him go. Like, if you truly loves, then it shouldn't be a burden for you to letting them go. If you can't, then you are keeping them in a prison, and the prison could be made of gold, but a prison is a prison, so you must let them free. This is what I think. Moving forward, this sowed the seeds of a bitter quarrel between us. The restraint was virtually a sort of imprisonment. Yeah, same view. And Kasturbai was not the girl to brook any such thing. New word, brook. Okay, so the name of MK Gandhi's wife was Kasturbai. She made it a point to go out whenever and wherever she liked. More restraint on my part resulted in more liberty being taken by her and in my getting more and more cross. Refusal to speak to one another thus became the order of the day with us married children. I think it was quite innocent of Kasturbai to have taken those liberties with my restrictions. How could a guileless girl, guileless, new word, brook any restraint on going to the temple or on going on visit to friends? If I had the right to impose restriction on her, had she not also a similar right? Yeah, like both are same, both are partners. If one can do so, then another one can also. So all this is clear to me today, but at the time I had to make good my authority as a husband. Let not the reader think, however, that ours was a life of unrelieved bitterness, for my severities were all based on love. New word, severities. I wanted to make my wife an ideal wife. My ambition was to make her live a pure life, learn what I learned, and identify her life and thoughts with mine. This is really bad. You can't make people think the way you think, because all are unique, all have their unique abilities, and if you try to shape them according to you, then you are making a big mistake, because one day it will break and that will create a chaos, very big chaos. So one should avoid this thing of identifying someone else's life and thoughts with yours. This is really a big mistake. Knowingly or unknowingly, you shouldn't do that. I do not know whether Kasturbai had any such ambition. She was illiterate. By nature, she was simple, independent, preserving, and with me at least reticent. New meaning? Reticent means not revealing one's thoughts to others. She was not impatient of her ignorance, and I do not recollect my studies having ever spurred her to go in for a similar adventure. Spurred. I fancy therefore that my ambition was all one-sided. My passion was entirely centered on one woman and I wanted it to be reciprocated. Reciprocated, I think it's the same. Maybe what I'm doing, then the other one should also do the same. I think that this, but still I must write this word. Procated. But even if there were no reciprocity, I could not be all unrelieved misery because there was active love on one side at least. I must say I was passionately fond of her. Even at school I used to think of her and the thought of nightfall and our subsequent meeting was ever haunting me. Separation was unbearable. I used to keep her awake till late in the night with my idle talk. If with this devouring passion there had not been in me a burning attachment to duty, I should either have fallen a prey to disease and premature death or have sunk into a burdensome existence. New word, devouring. Actually, I didn't got this line, so let me read it again. If with this devouring passion there had not been in me a burning attachment to duty, I should either have fallen a prey to disease and premature death, or have sunk into a burdensome existence. Still, I am not getting this point. But the appointed task had to be gone through every morning, and lying to anyone was out of the question. It was this last thing that saved me from many a pitfall. Okay. I have already said that Kasturbai was illiterate. I was very anxious to teach her, but lustful love left me no time. For one thing, the teaching had to be done against her will and was too at night. I dared not meet her in the presence of the elders, much less talk to her. Khatiyavad had then, and to a certain extent has even today, its own peculiar, useless and barbarous parda. Okay. Circumstances were thus unfavorable. I must therefore confess that most of my efforts to instruct Kasturbai in her youth were unsuccessful, and when I awoke from the sleep of lust, I had already launched forth into public life, which did not leave me much spare time. I failed likewise to instruct her through private tutors. As a result, Kasturbai can now with difficulty write simple letters and understand simple Gujarati. I am sure that had my love for her been absolutely untainted with lust, she would be a learned lady today. If I could then have conquered her dislike for studies, I know that nothing is impossible for pure love. Okay. I have mentioned one circumstance that more or less saved me from the disaster of lustful love. There is another worth noting. Numerous examples have convinced me that God ultimately saves him whose motive is pure. Yeah. This line is definitely correct. God will ultimately save you if your motive is pure. No matter how, but He will save you. In the hour of deliverance, the God will be there for you. So just if your intentions are pure, those are not biased, then believe me, in the hour of deliverance, the God will be there for you. Along with the cruel custom of child marriage, Hindu society has another custom which to a certain extent diminish the evils of the former. Parents do not allow young couple to stay long together. The child wife spent more than half her time at her father's place. Such was the case with us. That is to say, during the first 5 years of our married life, from age 13 to 18, we could not have lived together longer than an aggregated period of 3 years. We would hardly have spent 6 months together when there would be a call to my wife from her parents. Such calls were very unwelcome in those days, but they saved us both. At the age of 18, I went to England, and this meant a long and healthy spell of separation. Even after my return from England, we hardly stayed together longer than 6 months, for I had to run up and down between Rajkot and Bombay. Then came the call from South Africa, and that found me already fairly free from the carnal appetite. So that's the end of the fourth chapter, named as Playing the Husband, in which Gandhiji tells about his mental, what we could say, his mental thinking about playing the husband at the age of 13. So if I try to recall the chapter named as Playing the Husband, then I must say that it would be hard for me, because this is really a tough part. After reading a book, recalling the same chapter, it's really hard. But it increases your brain's power, your remembering power, your memory power. It improves your memory power. So let's focus on recollecting the fourth chapter, named as Playing the Husband. So in this chapter, Gandhiji tells about his what we call his thoughts of playing the husband. First of all, he wanted to be truthful towards her wife, named as Kasturbai. She was illiterate, but in the end he also want that she should be truthful to him also. Like, it shouldn't be one-sided, but this thing you can't force on someone. It should be natural. If you are forcing it on somebody, then one day it will collapse, it will cause the chaos. So you must avoid that thing. Then he said that she was illiterate, and he wanted to teach her, but the lustful desires to talk to her was due to those lustful desires, he wasn't able to teach her. And even though she was not interested in learning those things, and Gandhiji wanted to control his wife, to make her an idle wife. So he used to control like whatever she does, like wherever she goes, she need to take permission from him, or whether it's the temple or it's or visiting her friends, she should take permission from MK Gandhi. This is what these were the thoughts of Gandhiji at that time. But if then this thing shouldn't be on one side. If he wants her to be idle wife, then she should also want Gandhi to be the idle husband. Like, things must be same. So this is what Gandhiji told about. And then he mentioned that she was really good lady, and then after this, Gandhiji, I'm not able to recollect, but let me focus again. And so after this, Gandhiji was unable to teach her, so she could like barely write few words and understand a very little Gujarati, and for this Gandhi ji thinks that he is responsible for this, because he could have made her literate, but uh, he was unable to do so due to lustful desires. And then after when he came to know that he made a mistake at that time, the time was gone, and he got busy with the social purpose, with the social things, and things which are mainly related to the publics, which gives him no spare time in order to teach her or to coach her about the reading and writing. So after that, he said that that was the time when newly married childs were separated, for the 6 months. The girl used to be at her father's place. This was maybe a custom. So it was not bearable for Gandhiji, and could be in any way. It wasn't bearable for him, and after that, from 13 to when Gandhiji got at the age of 18, at those 5 years of period, maybe for 3 years they were living in the same house, and for the rest of 2 years Kasturba was at her father's place. And after that, when Gandhiji came to England, the separation was I think way too long. So at that time, that carnal appetite was gone, and that was the chapter 4, playing the husband. He was just telling about his thoughts of how he thought that he could control his wife, but it shouldn't be about marriage. Is not about controlling, it's about understanding each other's. So, according to me, it's about understanding each other. It's not about controlling someone's. If you can understand someone, you can understand their thoughts, the way they think, then actually the other your partner don't even need to say you something. You can easily get it, what he wants, what she wants. Then I think it's a good relationship. So instead of controlling someone, you must focus on understanding someone. That's it, and this is my view on the chapter 4, named as Playing the Husband, of the book The Story of My Experiments with Truth. Now tomorrow we will go through the next chapter, which is named as At the High School. And from the 4th chapter, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, now I got 9 new words, and from the 3rd chapter I got 6 new words. So now I have 15 new words to memorize, and along with these 15 new words, I have to recollect those around 17 to 18 new words also, which I got from the basic overview, 1st and 2nd chapter. So this would be my work for today, I think. So that's it for today, guys. We will see you in the next video. Till then, tada, bye bye, and thank you. Bye.